Your wait is over, Apple fanboys. The official iPhone event happens today. We've got info on pre-order dates and Google's brand new YouTube app for the iPhone and iPod Touch. Plus, the top apps to help you land your dream job today on AppJudgment. This episode of AppJudgment is brought to you by GoToMyPC. Welcome to AppJudgment, your source for mobile app news and reviews. I'm Jackie Talbot. Google and Apple recently announced their separation from each other regarding the default YouTube app on iOS devices. The version that we've come to know and unfortunately not love, which was created by Apple, is no longer a default app and will no longer ruin your YouTube iOS experience. The app is faster for sure and makes social features easier to use, like commenting and sharing on other media like Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and improves discovery of new channels and content. One of the major new additions you may initially overlook is the inclusion of ads and videos. Now, before you get all huffy about more commercials, this is also a good thing. The old app never ran ads and videos, which limited the number of available videos within the app. Because they can now run ads, you can see thousands more videos than ever before. And also, more ads equals more money for us, equals more content for you. And although the standalone YouTube app as it currently is will run on your iPad, it's certainly not optimized for it. But look out for that in the next few months, hopefully by the time the iPad mini makes its entrance. Some rumors about when we might be able to pre-order the latest gen iPhone circulated last month by iMore, saying orders would start immediately after the iPhone 5 event today. But now we're seeing the actual date might be a little further off. Not until September 14th with a launch date of September 21st. As far as international users, the wait is even longer, unfortunately, in Apple's incessant attempt to boost overseas sales. Shipping internationally is planned for early October, likely Friday the 5th. And in case you're not sure about all the specs of the 6th gen iPhone yet, here's a recap. A larger 4-inch design overall with a screen size that's 30% taller with a resolution of 640 by 1136. A new nano SIM card slot, LTE connectivity, a larger battery, NFC, and 9-pin connector. So speaking of, Apple's official media event starts this morning, September 12th at 10 a.m. in San Francisco, California. And we're bringing all the information straight to you. Starting at 12 p.m. Pacific, Revision 3 will be recapping and discussing everything from the iPhone 5 event with some very special guest hosts. Ty Moss of Ty's iHelp, Mark Watson from Soldier Knows Best, and more, hosted by our very own Patrick Norton of Techzilla and Anthony Carboni of Signal and Rev3 Games. In case you want to chat it up during the official event, join our hangout before the live stream starts. I'll be there, so be sure to come and say hi. We'll also be taking questions and discussing up-to-the-minute announcements. So don't forget, hang out with us starting at 10 a.m. Pacific and stay tuned for the live stream at 12 p.m. I gotta clean all this applesauce I just spilled, but coming up next, Bonnie Burton is here to show off the 3 best apps to help you find your next perfect job. When the workday is done and you're still chained to your office to finish important projects, you're missing out on valuable personal time with family and friends. But thankfully, I'm here to tell you that there's a better way to balance your personal and work lives. With GoToMyPC, it connects you to your office Mac or PC, giving you the freedom to work from anywhere, even on the go from your iPad or iPhone with the free GoToMyPC app. With GoToMyPC by Citrix, you can access any program, save, edit, send any file from wherever you are, whenever you need to. It's so convenient, reliable, and easy to use. So for example, when we're all crunching on a huge project at work, we don't have to be stuck at the office all night long in case something happens. So when we go home and we get an emergency email, we don't have to go back to our office to find any of the files that we need to fix that problem. We just can access it straight from home with GoToMyPC, and it's so easy. It's a huge lifesaver. Try GoToMyPC today with a special 30-day free trial just for our viewers. Visit GoToMyPC.com and click on the Try It Free button and enter the promo code APP. Then download the free app to your iPad or iPhone. That's GoToMyPC.com and try it free with promo code APP. I am here with Bonnie Burton, who you may know from all over the internet, right?
I am.
Everywhere.
I never sleep.
Yes.
And I'm constantly online. So,
that's right.
Yes.
And she is now part of the Revision 3 full-time family.
Yay.
And how did you were looking for jobs recently, right?
I was.
Yeah.
I worked at a company for like 9 years, and then 9 years is a long time not to do a resume and not to do job search. So
exactly. But thankfully, there's so
apps.
many services out there right now. But there's also a ton of great apps that'll help you land your dream job. So
yeah,
let's talk about some ones that you used.
Okay, so I'm horrible at interviews.
Oh yeah.
If I get on a job interview, I'll just talk about Honey Boo Boo the whole time.
I answer the worst questions, like what kind of fruit are you? A pineapple.
Yeah, because you're tough but sweet on the inside.
What does that even mean? Anyway,
I don't know.
So yeah, interview questions are really difficult.
You go well with pina coladas? No. Yeah, so I wanted to look up some apps, and one of the ones I really liked was Interview Prep. It's kind of like a flip card, like a flashcard app, where it gives you a bunch of questions that everyone always asks, like, what's your biggest faults?
Just some like default basic interview questions.
Yeah, I guess one of the questions I always hate is, do you have any questions at the end of your interview?
I hate that too. It's like, well, yeah, like, what do you want to pay me?
Right, yeah. What happened to the guy I'm replacing?
Exactly.
Was he fired because he couldn't answer this question? So you're supposed to, one of the answers is that you're supposed to always have questions prepared about the job you're applying for. Another one's, what are some of your weaknesses?
Which is always a really hard thing to answer, because it's like, you don't want to say any. You don't want to put yourself on blast.
Yeah, you don't want to say that there's certain shows that set you off and you nerd rage about the prequels of Star Wars. You want to just be vague and brief and avoid phony answers like, I'm a workaholic.
So the app actually tells you tips on how to answer these things, which is incredible.
I do suggest not using the app during the interview. I'm just going to say that right now because
that might not go over well with your new potential employer.
Yeah. Another one was Interview Questions Pro. I think it's like 99 cents for iPhone. That's actually kind of cool because they asked experts of HR divisions in different Fortune 100 companies.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
Straight from the source.
Yeah, and then they basically cover every question you're going to encounter, even some weird ones. So I kind of like it, and you get to store your own personal answers.
Oh, nice, for future reference.
Yeah, so you can do future reference, and it helps you, prepare on the go. So if you're on a bus or whatever. So I like both of those. One's free, one you pay for, but they're still pretty cool. So those are my favorite. I also like LinkedIn.
Yes. So
and they just did a revamp.
They did. They just recently updated it, and they added a ton of new updates to the website in general, not just the app.
It's kind of cool because LinkedIn now cares about social.
Yes, they're so focused on it now, which is very interesting.
So you can actually share your resume a lot easier. I just like that you can kind of stalk the company that you're applying for and really get to know them.
Well, that's very helpful.
I think that's a problem with a lot of people that do interviews is they don't know the company well enough.
And that's not one of the other major questions they ask you is kind of what can you bring here? And so that seems to be something that'll help you get a one-up on that question.
Right. And then of course the hardest thing for me is trying to figure out how to do my resume. There's so many different resume, type formats that you could be doing.
Yeah.
Do you do one page? Do you do multiple pages? Do you do online? Do you do interpretive dance? I don't know. So there's something called Pocket Resume, which is one of the apps that I really like because it takes all your information from LinkedIn, which doesn't necessarily have the best resume option to tailor. So you can tailor your own resume specifically for the position you're applying for. And this app's really easy, and it turns it into a PDF, and it's pretty easy to use, and I liked it.
That sounds great, because I actually used to save a ton of different versions of my resume, depending on what kind of job I was applying for. So that's really cool, and it just pulls from your LinkedIn?
It does.
Cool.
Though I don't, it doesn't say anything about whether you should use scented paper if you're gonna print it out. I know, right? I always wondered about that.
I'm sure that helps. Do you get a job
I'm not sure.
Some
it depends.
type of career.
But those are the three I really like.
Great. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. And thank you so much for sharing your experience. And if you guys have any apps or any tips you use to help you get new jobs, let us know. Leave a comment. Also, make sure to subscribe. Find us on Twitter. Bonnie is on Twitter at...
I'm Bonnie Girl.
You're Bonnie Girl.
We also do the Rev3 Twitter.
So find us on AppJudgment, Revision 3, Facebook, all over. We will be there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Thanks.